Well, good morning. Working on mowing the bottom piece of this last field here, and got fuel problems this morning. It seems like the line going to the fuel filters or something got clogged, because it just kind of started dying, wasn't keeping up RPMs, and finally just quit. So maybe beating a dead horse, but one thing you got to be careful on these hills. When you're mowing, when you're baling, no matter what you do, you want to spend as little of time going up and downhill as possible. Because if for some crazy reason, like if your fuel gets clogged and your tractor shuts off, when the tractor shuts off, you have no steering, you have no brakes. It's all hydraulic. So, when the tractor shuts off, you're either stopped or you are at the mercy of gravity. So it's one of the dangers of these tractors. So luckily I was just going sideways on a hill here safely. And I knew it had an issue right away. It started, like I said, struggling to keep the RPMs up, so I just stopped and parked it before it even quit. So what we're gonna do, I believe, is we're going to shut the fuel off here. There's just like a stopcock. Then we'll take this line off and then open this back up and see if we got fuel coming out of the tank. And go from there. Figure it out. Let's make sure, obviously, from there, if we got fuel here, then I just changed these fuel filters the other day, so I'll have to go along the line and see where the clog is. Well, we're not sure what was wrong. The fuel had the petcock had fuel coming out of the bottom. Don't know. Got it going. Little ether. Put some more fuel in it just in case it was a little lower than we thought, and we're back at it. Well, there you have it. This is finishing mowing for dry hay. Can't even see half the field. Half the field is over that knoll there. Went well once we got the fuel figured out. I'm heading home and gonna enjoy some Memorial Day cookout. Let this dry up, and we'll see about baling this afternoon. Alright, we are on to baling, folks. After 2 days, this hay here is dry. So you saw we tedded it, braked it. Feels alright. Let's see what it reads on the moisture monitor. If you look at my tractor, not my tractor, the tractor I'm using, you might notice that something is missing. Distinctly a glass door. Yeah, these are the things that go wrong and the accidents that happen. My father-in-law was pulling it in the shop. The bat wing mower was on the left, some log splitters were on the right. He was watching the log splitters on the right and make sure he didn't hit them. He had the door open just because he was pulling it in the shop, and he caught it with the bat wing and shattered into a million pieces. I'll say this though, I would rather have no door than no air conditioning. With no door, I at least get some air through it. And honestly, I had the air on the way over here, and it still blows cold on me. It just goes out the window after that. But I've had no air before, and you just bake in there. All that glass, all that sun coming in. Yeah, you can open up the back window, but it's on the back side. You don't get hardly any air through, and it brings in a lot of dust from the baler. The side windows pop open, but they don't like to stay open. So I will take this. It sucks. We just replaced that door last year, because last year the wind took it when it got opened and just threw it off the hinge and shattered it. So this is at least door number 3. But I'll be okay. I know you guys are so worried. But seriously, I'm just happy to be baling. Memorial Day Monday, and I'm curious to see how many bales we get. Here we go. Well, I got the first bale done, but I was reading 16-17% on the moisture monitor. 16% is about our limit, so we're not in a rush at this stage. So it's just kind of a waiting game. We don't want that moisture to be too high, because unlike before, where we would have just stuck these bales outside, and that's where they would, live until we feed them out in the winter. We are actually going to be putting them in the hoop structure over there, and so they won't be able to breathe at all, especially once we stack them in there. And they can catch fire, they can smolder. It's a reaction in them as they dry and are bundled up. So we're just gonna wait here a little bit. Sadly, the clouds have increased, so we've got on and off heat. We just need that straight heat that we had this morning. But we'll wait even 20-30 minutes here, and I bet that moisture content will be down enough that we'll be rolling again. So while I'm here twiddling my thumbs, thought I would describe and talk about the preservative applicator that we have, because we might be using it here. So let's say the moisture is above 16% and we want to keep going, or maybe you just hit a little wet spot in a windrow. You can put in a preservative that'll fight against the moisture in it and keep it from molding and so on. The preservative, I'd have to look at the label. It's some sort of acid, believe it or not. And so how it works is that goes in this big yellow tank here, and then I have a switch in the cab that will turn on this pump, and I can adjust the flow in the cab. And I can kind of tell a little bit based on the pressure there. And based on how many bales you're doing an hour and so on, that determines the flow. And so the pump pipes it under here, and then we have, you can see little nozzles like that one over there, and one here. Now we shouldn't have 3 different colors on here, but I think last year we were having issues with some getting clogged, and that's what we put on, but we got to get the same color ones on there. Different colors are for different flows, different openings. So yeah, it sprays it onto the hay as it comes into the pickup head, and it is really nasty stuff. I don't know why, I'm very sensitive breathing it in, but just a whiff of it will make me cough. But hey, I guess it's good old chemical reactions for you. Something harmful can become completely harmless when coupled with the right other chemical, moisture, water. So yeah. So we might go fill that tank up. It was empty last year, and we might go fill it up just so that we are ready in case we need to use it on this field here. But these dang clouds, they just need to go away, because right now the sun just came out from under a cloud and it is hot, and that's what we need. But I don't know, we'll see what she brings. So we got a change of plans. This hay here has just been kind of too thick and it hasn't dried what we needed it to. So we are actually going to change gears. We're going to go to a different field that was thinner. We're going to have to wait an hour after that gets raked, and then we might bale that, and then let this sit. We might have to let this sit until tomorrow morning. The moisture is just reading like 15, 16, 17%. And then, when I go out and feel it feels dry, but then you flip it over and you see some green stuff, and that isn't good. So I think we're just going to table this field for now. I did 10 bales, but it's just beyond what I'm comfortable doing. I'm going to go get preservative, load up the tank, just in case we want to do that, and go from there. Here we go. So we're on to plan C. Went back to the shop. I put preservative in that tank. We kind of got the nozzles working and things like that. My father-in-law had tedded another field that was thinner. We thought, well, maybe that would be ready sooner. I baled 3 bale over there and it was even worse. So we came back to this big field and it's okay. We're right around 15%. My father-in-law, he's somewhere over here moving bales. There he is, coming over the hill there. See if we can zoom in for you. There he is. He's running 1594. Yeah, so very shockingly, we're not getting the yield that we expected. I think on this half here, I had just over 20 bale. Now, when I say half, it's this half, but you know, there's that triangle piece on that other side of that cable. But I was expecting over 100 bale here, and shoot, I don't know that we're gonna have 75 at this point, so I way overestimated that. So hopefully this side, even though it was mowed last, hopefully it continues to be okay in moisture. It'll probably be baling here until dark and see if we can go back to that other field, finish up there what we raked. Otherwise we'll have to maybe spread it back out in the morning because of the dew and re-rake it. I guess while I got this open, you guys can see some of the inner workings of the baler. The belts will move once I close the door. I mean, you can see them barely moving now, but they'll speed up. And I got this door open because about every 15-20 bale or so, we grease the chain with spray grease. So there's your chains that are driving most of your rollers. There's also one on the other side. Yeah, so keeping it greased, keeping it going. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. We ended up with 61 bales in this big section of the field, and so we'll do the other corner tomorrow, and then we still got heck of a lot more down for tomorrow. So we might have certainly more than this tomorrow. Hopefully everything continues to go well. For some reason the hydraulic temperature this time was screaming at me. Don't know what's wrong with that, but wasn't too bad in the cab today without the door. It's supposed to be a little warmer tomorrow. Hopefully that hay dries up a little bit. So thumbs up, see you guys later.